Okay, let's get started by coming into a comfortable seated position. So Sukhasana is called easy seat, right? So we want to feel at ease in this first seat. And we want to feel at ease in every asana, in every posture that we take in our yoga practice. So we don't want to struggle. Little effort's okay, but ease is equally important. So get comfortable here. If that means wriggling a little side to side, do that. And then let both sit bones ground down as the back of the skull lengthens upward. So you just drop the chin ever so slightly. And then let's place the palms down on the legs anywhere. It's a little bit more grounding. Roll the shoulders back and let them fall. Lengthen through your spine. And when you feel ready, allow your eyes to softly close. And then just taking a moment just to feel what's connected to the floor and feeling stable and grounded. And tune into your body here and any bodily sensations that show up for you. And we're just going to check in again and again all through the practice so that we're aware of our sensations, so that we're aware of the amount of effort and ease that we put forth in our practice. Gently close your lips and let all the breath flow smoothly in and out of your nose. We're going to begin with a little bit of a breathing practice to really anchor the mind into the body and to soothe and relax the nervous system. And we call this yogic breath. So first, just deepen and lengthen your breath, letting it fill you and rise up as you breathe in. Letting it empty you and fall out as you breathe out. And then just establishing sort of a long, luxurious rhythm of breath. Takes a little mental effort, but you stay at ease. And then see if you can first fill the belly, and then let the ribs expand, and then let the chest rise. And then emptying first from the chest, and then the ribs soften inward, and the belly empties. So breathing all the way from the bottom, belly, ribs, chest, even into the collarbones upward, and then emptying downward. Collarbones and chest soften, ribs hug in naturally, and belly pulls back. So breathing maybe even the pelvic floor, you can feel the breath. Belly, ribs, heart, chest. Exhale, soften the collarbones, the chest, the ribs. And then the belly will naturally draw back. You can even pull it in and feel the pelvic floor lift now. Relax the pelvic floor. Feel it maybe widen. Belly widens. Ribs widen. Chest expands. Exhaling, chest softens. Shoulders drop. Ribs narrow. Belly pulls back. And the pelvic floor will lift. Let's just do 2 more cycles. Inhale. Let go of the muscles of the pelvic floor. Widen the belly side to side. Ribs up to the collarbones. Keep the neck out of it if you can. Relax the collarbones. Feel the ribs naturally hug toward the spine. Empty from the belly. Pull it back. Little lift of that pelvic floor. Last time. Soften and widen, front to back, side to side, from bottom, middle, up to the top. And then soften and let it go. The top of you empties, the middle part narrows, and then the belly naturally draws back. Lift that pelvic floor. Good. And now take a free breath. Let the whole body expand. Out, up. Let go of your breath. Let go of any tension in the face, the shoulders. And come back to reestablishing that long, luxurious pace of your breath. Widening and rising on the inhalation. Narrowing and softening on the exhalation. And this time as you breathe in, release the arms out and up. Open your eyes if you'd like. Interlace the fingers. Turn the heels of the hands up. Draw the arm bones back. You're going to feel the ribs sort of shoot forward. Good. And then pull the bottom ribs down and in as you empty the breath. Good. One more inhale, lengthening upward. Filling up. Good. And just fold forward as you breathe out. Release the interlace. Let your hands come down. Drop your head. Plant your sit bones. Round the back. If you want a little sway, take a little sway. If you want to wiggle the head, do so. See if you can feel the breath now a little bit more in the back side of the body. The lungs actually sit more toward the back. And can the breath be really luxurious and soothing? Good. Start to bring your hands back toward your legs so you can lift the head again. Let's circle around the shoulders, maybe circle around the head, and just free it all up. Good. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Climb the left fingertips onto the floor. And take the head up and left ear to left shoulder. Extend the right fingertips out to the floor. And then head comes back to center. Another circle for those shoulders and head. And then we're just going to come up to hands and knees. Let's do a couple cat-cows. So inhale as the heart extends forward. The sit bones rise up behind you. And then as you breathe out, you're going to drop the head and round the back. Pull the navel in. And again, inhale. Heart forward, shoulder heads back. Little stretch for the front side of the spine. Rounding as you exhale. Separate the shoulder blades. Pull the belly in. Good. Stay in this shape and just sway a little with the head or the hips. Loosen up. And then we'll come to a flat back, a neutral spine. We'll take the left foot and extend it straight back, just hip height, toes point down. We'll take the right arm, reach it forward, thumb up like you want to shake someone's hand way out in front of you. And then imagine that the lifted left foot is pressing against a wall. So the leg wakes up a little bit and the right fingertips reach for something. Good. The face lifts away from the floor here. Nice. And then as you breathe out next, you're going to tap the lifted elbow and knee beneath you, rounding the back. And then lengthen the limbs. Inhale. As you exhale, you're going to tap and round, drop your head. And then lengthen it out as you inhale. Now we're going to lift the right hand. We're going to bend the back leg, catching the foot with the hand to kick the foot back. And roll that right shoulder back. And feel free to look over the shoulder or drop the gaze to the floor. And keep the breath flowing. Notice if you've held it anywhere. Good. Let go of the foot. Come back to center for one more inhale to lengthen and lift. And then release back to hands and knees. And one cat-cow. Inhale, heart forward, sit bones lifting. Exhale, round in. Separate the shoulder blades. Pull the navel in to stretch the low back. And back to a flat back, a neutral spine. Right foot reaches back. Left hand comes forward. They call this spinal balancing. It's a beautiful strengthener for the spine and for right and left brain hemisphere coherence. So press that flat right foot against an imaginary wall. Reach forward with the left hand. Draw the navel in. Have a little core support here. And then as you breathe out, lifted knee and elbow come towards each other. They don't have to touch, but maybe they do. Lengthen as you breathe in. Tap as you breathe out. Press and round. Drop your head. Good. Extend. And then take the left arm up, bend the back right leg, catch the foot, and kick it behind you. Let that left shoulder roll back. Feel the breath, right? It's still moving up the body. There's a widening in the collarbones at the top of the breath. Good. And breathe it out. Empty the belly. Nice. And then let go of the foot. Come back to center. Inhale, lengthen and lift. And then release back to hands and knees. One more cat-cow. Inhale, heart forward, gaze forward. Exhale, drop your head round and press the floor away. And then we'll come back to a flat back and neutral spine. 1 foot at a time, we're just going to step to the back of your mat for plank pose. Holding your plank, but not holding your breath. The navel lifts, the face lifts away from the floor because we tend to droop our heads, right? We want to strengthen the backs of our necks. And then just float the right foot off the floor. Feel the left thigh engage and set it down. Float the left foot off the floor. Feel the right thigh and set it down. Beautiful. Breathing in. As you breathe out, lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. And then maybe pedal out the knees or wiggle around the head or shift around a little so that you can free up the dog. They call it walking your dog. All dogs like a little walk, right? And then finding steadiness as the heels drop and the hips lift and the head just dangles freely and the hands press evenly against the floor. And connect your breath and the sensations that you're noticing right here, right now, coming into your body, into this moment. Take both heels high off the mat, bend your knees, look to the hands, breathe in. And through your out breath, just walk up to the top of your mat. Take your time. When you get there, hands to shins. Inhale, lengthen out your spine halfway up. And then fold in, drop your heavy head. Take one hand to each elbow, maybe a little sway as the weight of the head gently tractions the spine. Keep the weight somewhat equal in both feet. And then release your fingertips onto the floor in front of your feet. And that might mean you need to bend the knees quite a bit. It's all good. We're going to take a deeper bend in the right knee and keep the right fingertips in front of the foot on the floor as we lift the left hand to the sky. Now, if you'd like, you can play with straightening this left leg, drawing the thigh bone back and extending the heart forward. You don't have to straighten the leg. In fact, maybe you can, maybe you can't, and it's all okay. One more in-breath here. And then release your left fingertips down in front of the left foot. Bend that left knee a little deeper and sweep the right hand up. So the heart's turning to the right. Maybe the right thigh bone draws back as the crown of the head extends forward. But keep both feet anchored into the floor. So press into that right big toe a little bit more. Good. And then release your right hand. Drop your head. Put a little bend in your knees, so that with a flat back, you can press and rise all the way up to standing. Take your time, reach high, take an inhale. And then right hand drops to the outer right thigh as you exhale. You're just placing it there for support. Left hand lifts a little higher on the in-breath. And we're just gonna lean to the right on the out-breath. So the hand will slide down, but you're not pressing. And again, press equally into the feet, pull the navel back. Good, both hands up, inhale. Left hand, outer left thigh, exhale. It's just placed there. Right hand lifts a little higher on the in-breath, and we're gonna lean to the left on the out-breath. Evenly press the feet, pull the navel in, do whatever's comfortable for your head. Good. When you're ready to inhale, both arms lift back up, and then fold in half as you breathe out. Drop your head. Come to the flat back as you breathe in, hands to shins or floor, and step back to plank pose as you breathe out. Take your in-breath when you get there. You can come a little forward on the toes, lower to the mat as you exhale. Pause when you lower down. Point your toes back and reach your hands back. Right, and then palms flip down, thumbs out, lift the shoulders, lift the face, but relax the forehead. And if you want, you can lift your feet. If you want, you can hook thumbs or interlace fingers to come up a little bit higher. All optional. And then press the tops of the feet back down. Pull the navel in. One more inhale. Release your chin to the mat, hands in cobra position. So shoulders and elbows back. Inhale up to a gentle cobra. And then come onto bent knees and pull back to a child's pose. So just a really gentle beginning. Drop your head. All right, extend the fingertips forward, come back to hands and knees. We're gonna make our way right back to down dog, curling under the toes and lifting the hips. And press the floor away from you. Dip the heels, draw the thigh bones back. Good, and then we'll come back onto the tippy toes, bend the knees, inhale, look forward, walk or hop forward as you breathe out. Let's start a flow halfway up on the in-breath, fold on the out-breath. With a flat back, press and rise up to standing, reach high. We're just gonna fold in half on the out-breath. Lead with your heart, drop your head. Flat back is the inhale, plank is the exhale, step it back. Inhale when you get there to set it up, shift forward if you like, lower down as you breathe out. And then just a cobra pose on the in-breath, heart lifts, shoulders back, down dog, exhale. Dip your heels, hang your head, connect to your breath. Lift your heels, but this time swivel both heels to the right. So we're going to plant the outer right foot and the inner left foot on the floor, and then try to seal the whole sole of the foot down as the hips pull up and back. So you're still in down dog, but it's a different orientation for the feet. And then we'll lift up the heels again onto the tippy toes. We'll swivel both heels to the left this time, trying to plant the feet flat, like they're on a balance beam, but pulling those hips up and back. Keep the breath moving. Good. And then back to the tippy toes. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk or hop to the top. I'm so stiff. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, melt in half. We're going to press and rise on a big inhale, reach high. We're going to bring the hands to the heart this time. Exhale. Roll the shoulders back, pull the navel in. With palms together now, reach up. Inhale. Separate the hands, fold forward. Exhale. Flat back. Inhale. Elongate the spine. Plank and lower on this exhale. You can lower halfway or all the way. It's your choice. Up dog or cobra is the in-breath. We all have preferences, right? Down dog on the out-breath. All right, we're going to take the right foot up behind us on the inhale, pausing here to dip the left heel a little closer to the mat. And we're going to turn the right toes to the right, bend the right knee and aim it upward as maybe you just wiggle around the right foot. Maybe you give the knee a little circle. Draw that left thigh bone back. Good, and then we're going to shift forward toward plank pose. We're going to take that right bent knee up to the right elbow, even towards the shoulder here. And then float the foot back up, three-legged dog. Inhale. And take the right knee to the left elbow this time on the exhale. Good, and then float it back up. Inhale, three-legged dog. Leading with the knee, step the foot up to the right thumb. Pivot down that back heel, please. Pause as you extend the heart forward and float your arms back. So you're just hovering over that front thigh. Palms flip down, collarbones wide. Root into that back foot. It's at an angle. And on your next inhale, sweep the arms forward and up to warrior one. Good. Cactus, open your arms. Let the elbows draw back. Let the heart rise up. So take that in-breath from the bottom up to the widening open heart. And then stay here for the out-breath. As the breath empties from top to bottom, pull the navel back, feel the pelvic floor lift. Good. And then just reach up. Take an in-breath. Palms might meet, hands to the floor. On your out-breath, lift the back heel. Step back to your plank. Inhale, you can hover the right foot if you want, and lower, exhale. Cobra or the up dog, inhaling. Down dog, exhaling. Take a breath in and let it go. And then left foot floats up behind you, three-legged dog. Dip the right heel a little closer down to the mat. Turn the left toes to the left. Bend that left knee, aim it up. So feel free to wiggle the foot. Feel free to circle the knee. Right thigh draws back. You're still in three-legged dog. Shifting forward toward plank, left knee, outer left elbow or up toward the shoulder. Three-legged dog as you inhale here. Left knee over to the right arm as you exhale. Squeeze the breath out. Float it back up. Inhale. And leading with the knee, step it up toward the left thumb. Carry it up there if you need to. Pivot down that back heel. Foot's at an angle. Pull the heart forward. You're in a flat back. Float your arms back. Hover. Collarbones wide. Thumbs turn out. Back foot is your anchor. Good. On your next inhale, arms sweep forward and up to lift you to warrior one. So the hips are oriented sort of forward here, straight. Cactus open your arms, elbows wide. Shoulder blades get a little closer behind you. Nice full breath up the body. And as you breathe out, you're going to pull the navel back and feel that little lift of the pelvic floor. Good. And then arms up, inhale, palms meeting or not. Hands to the earth. Exhale, back heel lifts. Step back to plank. You can hover the foot and lower in control. Up dog or the cobra and downward facing. Feel free to take in a deeper breath and audibly release it. Lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward as you breathe in. Walk or float forward as you breathe out. Come halfway up on the in-breath. Fold in half on the out-breath. Chair pose, bending your knees, lifting your hands. Inhale. Press up to standing. Exhale, hands back to your heart. Roll the shoulders back and down. Pull the navel in. Just stand tall on both feet. So steady your gaze on the horizon. If you feel like your balance is a little wobbly today, soften the gaze onto the floor about 5 or 6 feet in front of you. So first, root into both feet quite evenly here. And again, feel the length of the spine. You're grounded, but you're rising up, right? You're stable, but you're free and open. Just like the breath flows up and down, we're planted into the earth, but we're open to, I don't really believe in heaven, but the universe, yeah? So a steady gaze and a steady breath is always going to help with your balance. So you don't need to look at the screen or me. Just find a gaze to fix your eyes on, your drishti. All right. We're going to start by shifting the weight into the right foot. And just lift the left heel off the floor. Come to the left tippy toes. Yeah, and then as you breathe out, you're going to take that left knee up. So it's really nice, I find, to grab the shin and pull it in a little tighter to lengthen from the standing foot to the crown of the head. The shoulders are heavy, the face is soft, and the breath is flowing, and you're just feeling how it is to stand on the right leg. Good. And then we're going to keep the knee as close toward us as we can, but we're going to let go of the leg. So you can either take your hands to your hips here, dropping that left hip a little with the left hand, or hands can lift skyward, right? And then the ribs kind of want to float up, but the front bottom shelf of the ribs hugs in. So you have a really stable, strong core. Good. And then we're just going to keep the knee as high as possible and start to straighten the left leg out in front of us. So now imagine that flat, the toes are flexed back. Imagine that flat left foot is pressing forward against a wall. And press the standing foot against the floor to grow a little taller. And keep breathing. Hug your belly in. Feel the rise of the breath as you breathe in. Soften something as you breathe out. Good. One more in-breath. You can do it. Lift the foot a tiny bit higher. Bend the knee as you breathe out again, but don't grab it. This time just open your arms nice and wide. Hinge forward, extend the left leg straight back. So you can either keep your arms spread open and press that left foot against imaginary wall now, or you can bring your hands to your heart. If you want to work harder, you can take both arms forward, right, and pull the belly in. All options. If your balance is wonky, you can take both hands to the standing thigh to lift the heart. One more in-breath wherever you are. And then fingertips drop to the floor, drop your head, lift the back foot a little higher. Good. And then land the left foot all the way to the back of your yoga mat. So land it back enough that the right knee's right on top of that right heel. And then rise up to crescent pose. Inhale. So the back heel is lifted now. It's not at an angle. We're going to turn to the right on the exhale, spread arms. Right hand is going to drop to the back left hamstring and left hand is going to lift up. So this hip flexor psoas that we just strengthened, we're now going to give it a little reprieve, a little stretch. Good. One more inhale, lean back, reach back. Left hand comes to the floor as you exhale. Take the right hand up and then reach it overhead as you pull the right hip crease back. Nice. And then right hand comes back down to the floor. We're just going to step the back foot forward. Come halfway up and inhale. Fold in half as you exhale. Drop your head. Chair pose. Bend the knees. Lift the hands. Inhale. And press to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Roll those shoulders back and down. Stand tall. Root to rise. Right? Your connection to the earth. Your connection to the universe. The connection to the in-breath and the out-breath. Steady your gaze, soften your face. Steady your breath. Right? Take time to catch your breath, to come back to this place of inner peace and balance that the breath always can bring you to. Anytime things get a little challenging, right? So shift the weight now into the left foot. And all you're going to do is take the right heel off the floor to start. Yeah, so it's a little kickstand. So we just go incrementally. Good, and then as you breathe out, you draw the right knee toward you. Go ahead and grab the shin, give it a little squeeze. Press into the left foot to grow a little taller. Drop your shoulders. Keep the gaze steady and the breath steady. Feel that. Yeah, nice. And then keep the knee as close to you as you can, using your belly. And either hands come to the hips. Use the right hand to guide that right hip downward a little bit, or hands float up. Right, and find length. Nice, and then straighten the right leg in front of you, keeping the knee as high as you can without holding your breath or straining, right? And that foot's pressing against an imaginary wall. The standing left foot is pressing against the floor to grow taller. You're going to feel the hip flexor turn on, and then you're going to use your breath to remain calm when things get difficult. And there's that rise and expansion on the inhale. Touch the sky. The breath moves down as you exhale. Pull that navel in. Lift the foot a tiny bit higher. And then bend the knee back toward the chest. You got it. Spread open your arms. Start to hinge forward. Extend the right leg straight back. Toes are pointing down. Heart is lifted. Arms are expanded. Or, again, if you want more, take the hands forward. If you want to prop yourself up on the standing thigh, great. Find your place. Good. One more in-breath. Fingers drop to the floor, heavy head, let it go. Lift that back foot a little higher if you can. Start to bend the standing leg and land the right toes all the way back. You might need to widen the base of the feet here. Left knee over heel, rise on up, crescent pose. And then we're going to turn to the left, spread arms. Good. Keep that front knee bent. Drop the left hand to the back hamstring. Take your right arm up and back. So you're just enjoying a nice little opening, a nice little stretch. The pinky finger pulls away from the right hip crease. Drop the left shoulder, lean back a little if you want. One more inhale here. You got it. Right hand down, left hand up, and then extend it overhead as you pull that left hip crease back. Beautiful. Left hand comes down, step the back foot forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Press and rise to standing on a big inhale, sweep up. Lean back if you like, and fold forward again. Exhale. Flat back is your inhale, you got it. Hands down, plank pose, exhale. Take an in-breath. Lower to your belly on the out-breath. Pause when you land, please. Reach your hands back again. Lift your heart, lift your face, lift your feet. So again, you can interlace or hook thumbs, or this time, if you prefer, you can bend the knees and catch the ankles. And if you do that, kick the feet back to lift the heart up. Soft forehead. Lifting your eyebrows does not help. I've tried. And breathe. Yeah, one more in-breath. Gently let go of the ankles, tops of the feet on the floor, hands in cobra or up dog position. When you're ready for your inhale, come on up dog or cobra, and make your way to downward facing dog. Good. Pedal out the knees if you like, wiggle around the head if you'd like. Last breath here in this down dog. And gently let the knees come down to the floor. You can come into a temporary child's pose if you like, or you can crawl the knees forward and make your way onto your back and hug your knees to your chest. Okay. We're going to lift both feet up toward the ceiling. We're going to extend the arms overhead. So already just by doing this, you might feel a little work in your core. And see if these front bottom ribs can now hug downward toward the floor. And then you're really going to feel this in your core. Just simply this. So if it's too much to float your arms back, you can just have them by your sides. It's going to make it a lot easier. Up to you. So front ribs hug in, navel hugs in. Give your feet a little squeeze together. Good. And then as you inhale next, lower the right leg down to the floor. Let the heel touch. And as you exhale, lift it back up to meet the left. Tiny little squeeze of the feet. Inhale, left leg lowers. Exhale, lift it back up. Little squeeze. Good. Again, right leg lowers. Inhale. Flex the feet if you want more. Exhale to lift it. Hug those ribs down. Squeeze. Inhale, left leg lowers. Exhale to lift it. Use your core. Little squeeze. Let's do it again. Right leg lowers on your inhale. Can you keep the neck out of it? Lift it with your belly. Give it a little squeeze. Left leg lowers. Inhale. Use your belly pulling in to lift it. And a little squeeze. Good. Reach your hands to your feet. Lift your head. Lift your shoulder blades. And then can you lift your pelvis away from the floor? So it's as if your fingers and your feet want to touch the ceiling here. Yeah? And then just one more breath. And we're going to bend the knees, grab them, drop your head, and take a little side-to-side rock if that's nice. Okay. Wiggle around the feet at the ankles after that standing work if you like. Rock your head side to side perhaps. All right, let's let the feet come to the floor. We're going to open the arms in a cactus position against the floor, a goalpost position. And then we're going to wiggle the feet apart, so the sides of the feet, so you can kind of feel the sides of your yoga mat. Good, and then let the knees knock together. Now if you need to lift your hips and kind of scooch them forward so there's not too much of a curve in your low back, that might be helpful. Good, and then both knees are going to just swivel over to the left. And if you'd like, you can turn your nose to the right. And just see if you can feel whatever sensations show up in this shape. It's often a lot in the right hip, hip flexor, pelvis, side of the waist, even quadricep. And let the breath be really luxurious and full. And as you breathe out next, you're going to pull the navel back when you're empty and take the knees back up to center and the head to center. Good. And then drop both knees to the other side and turn the nose opposite to the knees. You can close your eyes if you like and feel what's happening in the body. Feel the sensations of the shape. Feel the sensations of your breath. Stay in this moment or come back to this moment when your mind takes you away from it, yeah? On the next exhale, you're going to pull the navel in and then bring the knees back up. Good, and when the knees come together, you can wiggle the feet beneath the knees. And then we're just going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh and clasp your hands behind the left leg, maybe behind the hamstring, maybe the front of the shin, whatever's best for you, for your hips. And just draw the chin ever so slightly down so the back of the neck stays long. Relax your jaw and eyes. And smooth out your breath. Maybe keep your eyes closed here. If you want to rock a little bit, you can rock a little bit with the head or the hips. Good, and then we're going to let go of the left leg. We're just going to uncross and recross to the other side. And then clasp somewhere on your right leg, hamstring or shin, to enjoy a nice little opening for that outer left hip. And just check in with your eye muscles, your jaw muscles, your mouth, your neck. None of those things need to work here. Use those long, soothing breaths to release any pent-up tension in the hips, in the mind, in the energy. Yeah, and then we'll let go of the right leg, we'll uncross the left. We'll bring the soles of the feet together on the floor and let the knees float apart. You can place a hand on your chest and a hand on your belly with closed eyes and feel the movement of your breath. Filling up from bottom to top as you breathe in. And emptying from top to bottom as you breathe out. Maybe it's just a free breath into the whole torso. An expansive breath. And a letting go, a softening, a returning inward towards center as you breathe out. Take one more cycle, whatever speaks to you. Free something up. And maybe let something go. When you're empty, you're going to pull the belly in to bring the knees up. Good. And then you're just going to take the right knee to the chest. Extend the left leg long on the floor. Before we take a final twist, take your right foot up to the ceiling and clasp the hands behind the right leg, pulling it toward you a generous amount just to release the hamstring a bit. And then bend the knee. Yeah. Hold the shin with the left hand, right arm opens to the right, and guide that right knee all the way across to the left. Turn the head whichever way is most comfortable for your neck, please. Close your eyes. Just start to surrender into gravity here. Maybe you could invite the exhales to be a little longer, a little more complete, so you really let go of anything that might remain. Sometimes when we're in the twist, it's easier to feel the expansion in the torso. And then you just let it all go. Guide the right knee back up to center. Take the left knee in with it for just a moment, and then lengthen out the right leg. Let it rest. Lift the left foot toward the ceiling. Take your hands behind the leg, anywhere comfortable as you pull the leg toward you, a generous amount to release something in the back of that leg, hamstring. Yeah. And then bend that knee. Hold it with the right hand, left arm to the left. Guide the left knee across to the right. Close your eyes. Make sure your neck is comfortable. Lengthen your breath. Is there any place in your body that's still sort of gripping or holding or resisting letting go? And just invite it to release as you breathe out. You're not forcing anything here. Longer exhales, a little more complete, like you're still breathing out energy or waste or holding, even after the breath finishes empty. And when you're ready, guide that left knee back to center. Take both knees back in. And I always like to take the knees in a couple circles. If you feel like you need a happy baby shape or a shoulder stand or anything else, you're probably at home. You can do whatever you'd like. And then we can all meet in Shavasana. So maybe you're ready for Shavasana right now. If so, go ahead and make your way there or do your final pose, and then we'll meet there. Palms spin up and soften. Eyes close and relax. Feel the earth beneath you supporting you. Through the nose, take in your deepest breath yet. Fill up completely. Feel that inner expansion. Pause when you're all the way full and hold the breath. And then take in a little sip of air. Open your lips and let it all go. Ah. Let yourself melt into the earth. Let go of breathing, moving, doing. Let your body now breathe for you. Let go of your body. Let yourself rest and receive and absorb all the benefits of this practice. It's like when we pour water into a plant. You know, it takes some time for the soil to absorb all of that water. Your body is like that soil, right? And it's now just absorbing all that we did. Give it the time it needs to do that, to process that. Just let go, drop back, drop in, and relax so completely. Sometimes when you're home practicing, you might be tempted to get out of Shavasana early, but I'm just going to invite you to stay if you can for at least another minute or two, because it is really healing